Good morning, I'm Abheudaya Shrestha, and these are the headlines of the hour. Ruling alliance parties prepare for the distribution of ministries on the basis of expertise. Meeting scheduled for 3 p.m. today at Balwatar. Nepali Congress President Sherbahadur Deuba calls a meeting of the party's Central Work Execution Committee, the party to make public its official view on the recent change in political equation. The U.S. Supreme Court hands former President Donald Trump a major victory, reversing Colorado's exclusion of him from its ballot under a provision of the Constitution's 14th Amendment. And host Nepal to clash against Netherlands in the T20 Trilateral Series final today. The title decider to start at 11:30 a.m. Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal ended the alliance with Nepali Congress and reshuffled the cabinet yesterday. A new coalition government was formed yesterday with CPN-UML and Rashtriya Swatantra Party as the parliament's largest party, Nepali Congress, made an exit from the government. The president administered the oath of office in secrecy to 3 new ministers yesterday. This includes Hit Bahadur Tamang from CPN Maoist Center, DP Aryal from Rashtriya Swatantra Party, and Padam Giri from CPN-UML. They have yet to be assigned their ministries. Giri was elected from Parbat Constituency number 1. He was in the Dahal-led government around a year ago as the Minister for Health and Population for about 2 months. However, he exited the government after the alliance between CPN Maoist Center and CPN-UML collapsed. He is also the chief whip of CPN-UML. Likewise, Tamang, who was elected from Nuwakot Constituency 1, is a central member of CPN Maoist Center. He served as the Minister for Youth and Sports in the Jalanath Khanal-led government around 4 years ago. Meanwhile, Rashtriya Swatantra Party's Vice Chairperson, Dol Prasad Aryal, has been appointed Minister 13 months after resigning as the Labour, Employment and Social Security Minister. He became a member of the House of Representatives through the proportionate quota. After Rashtriya Swatantra Party Chairperson Ravi Lamichhane resigned from his posts of Deputy Prime Minister and Home Minister in January 2023, Aryal also exited the Dahal-led government. Prior to this, an agreement was reached between CPN Maoist Center, CPN-UML, Rashtriya Swatantra Party and Janata Samajwadi Party to form a new political equation. However, Janata Samajwadi Party has not given any names for any ministerial posts. The Central Executive Committee of the party has given party chair Upendra Yadav the responsibility to decide on the ministers to join the government. Meanwhile, CPN Unified Socialist has decided not to join the government at the moment. In our Public Voice segment, we had asked people in several provinces what they think of the latest political development. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
रूपमा यसलाई राम्रो भनेर त भन्नै सकिदैन सारमा यो भित्र अब के कुराहरु लुकेका छन् आउने आगामी दिनहरुले यसलाई यकिन गर्नेछ
राम्रो त होइन तर स्वार्थका लागि मिल्ने गर्छन् अब हामीले मिलेपछि सरकारले जे गर्छ त्यो राम्रो नै भन्नुपर्ने हाम्रो बाध्यता छ
योजना नीति कार्यक्रम विचार मिल्नेहरुको बीचमै गठबन्धन गर्दाखेरि राम्रो हुन्छ
गठबन्धनले जनतालाई केही हित हुने गरी जनताको सम्बन्धलाई कार्यान्वयन गर्नका लागि केही गर्छन् भन्ने मलाई त लाग्छ
नयाँ अनुहारहरुले त केही गर्ला कि भन्ने आशा छ तर पनि छिनो आछ के झिनो
डिफरेंट टाइममा डिफरेंट मान्छे चेन्ज हुँदै गर्दाखेरि डिफरेंट पर्सपेक्टिभ आउन सक्छ त्यही भएर एउटै स्थिरताका साथ एकजनै भइरहे चाहिँ ठीक हुन्थ्यो
अब नयाँ आउने गठबन्धनले केही गर्ला भनेर आशामा र गर्छ पनि हाम्रो यो गठबन्धनले केही गर्छ भनेर मलाई आशा लाग्छ
सबै गठबन्धनहरु सबै तिनीहरुको चाल मात्र हो आफूलाई बचाउने आफ्नो परिवारलाई रोजगार पुर्याउने त्यही नै हो देशलाई हुनेवाला केही नै छैन यसले
The 4 political parties of the new alliance are scheduled to hold a meeting this afternoon to decide on the distribution of ministries. The meeting is scheduled for 3 p.m. at the Prime Minister's official residence in Balwatar. The alliance parties struck an 8-point agreement yesterday with the parties to focus on security, development and social justice. The agreement was reached in the meeting held in Balwatar yesterday evening between the new coalition parties CPN Maoist Center, CPN UML, Rashtriya Swatantra Party and Janata Samajwadi Party. As per the agreement, the government will be led by CPN Maoist Center chairperson Pushpakamal Dahal. Likewise, the four-party alliance will extend support to CPN Maoist Center candidate for the vacant post of the chairperson of the National Assembly and CPN UML candidate for the vice chairperson's post. The alliance parties have not yet reached an agreement on the distribution of ministries. However, it is mentioned in the 8-point agreement that the ministries would be distributed on the basis of expertise. The parties also decided to conclude the bill on transitional justice at the earliest, form remaining acts regarding implementation of federalism, make governments of all levels effective, and prepare a minimum common program among the alliance parties. The alliance parties are making preparations to hold discussions with other small parties of the parliament to be a part of the coalition. The four parties will be holding discussions with CPN Unified Socialist, Janmat Party, Loktantrik Samajwadi Party and Nagrik Unmukti Party, among others, to include them in the government. Nepali Congress President Sher Bahadur Deuba has called a meeting of the party's Central Work Execution Committee. Deuba called a meeting to hold discussions on the recent change in political equation. Speaking at the party's office bearers meeting yesterday, after Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal formed a new alliance and appointed 3 new ministers, Deuba said that Premier Dahal had deceived Nepali Congress. However, an official view of the party has not been made public on the current political scenario. Nepali Congress has stated that discussions would be held at the meeting of the Central Work Execution Committee on the recent change in the political equation, and the party's official view would be made public. The Central Work Execution Committee meeting is scheduled for 3 p.m. at Deuba's residence in Bunalikanta this afternoon. The formation and breaking away of alliances at a time of reeling economy has overshadowed the plight of the public. The difference in ideology between the Prime Minister, Finance Minister and the Governor resulted in frequent clashes among the 3 entities as industrialists and business persons expressed grievances. As a new coalition has formed, the private sector looks for a stable economic policy.
कुर्सीमा बस्नासाथ आफ्नो किसिमको कुराहरू लाड्न खोज्ने जुन जनविरोधी पनि हुन सक्छ त्यस्तो गरिनुहुन्न जनता पक्षीय र जनता उद्योगी व्यवसायले हुने पक्षीय कुराहरुमा सरकार चाहिँ निरन्तर रूपमा त्यसमा लाग्नुपर्छ नेतृत्व तलमाथि भएकोमा हामीले कुनै पनि निश्चय र चाहिँ शंका छैन.
Unemployment has been at a high and Nepalese are compelled to go abroad to make a living. The general public are facing difficulty in assessing public services, and the ongoing political gambits have been understood as politics of power. In the current scenario, the new finance minister will have a challenge of addressing the gap between market demand and supply, maintaining effective performance, implementing the budget, encouraging industrialists for more operation, and creating an environment of trust. After a girl was found dead in the hostel of Ekta Shishu Niketan boarding school in Ratnanagar municipality of Chitwan on 24th of February last month, everyone was concerned about the condition of the school dormitory. However, the government itself does not know how many hostels are operating in the educational institutions across the country and their condition. The government does not have any information on the hostels run by private educational institutions either. School is a place where students get along in groups. Schools should provide students with residential facilities with security, food, educational materials, and tutoring, counseling, and other services. The government has been operating hostels, keeping in mind the education of school-level children. 20 feeder hostels are in operation to ensure access to education for girls. The government has arranged girls' hostels to provide access to education to economically and socially backward girls. Some private schools are also running hostels. However, the government does not have any record of how many hostels there are in the country and in what condition they are in. There should be a child-friendly environment with the arrangement of wardens and security guards for the management of the hostels and safety of the students. However, some schools have not followed the minimum criteria required for running hostels. Private educational institutions are running their own hostels, while some hostels are being run without permissions. The Ministry of Education has not been able to monitor and regulate the hostels. As a result, the Education Committee of the Parliament has instructed the government to monitor the hostels across the country and present the reality after cases of untoward incidents in the hostels and even death of students have gone up. There should be hostels which guarantee for the well-being and safety of the students. It is the responsibility of the government to examine the hostels regularly. The Federal Civil Service Bill has been registered at the Parliament Secretariat. The Ministry of Federal Affairs and General Administration registered the bill at the Parliament Secretariat yesterday that looks over the formation of the Federal Civil Service, operation and terms of services. The ministry has said the Federal Civil Service Act was necessary to raise the effectiveness of federalism, citing it as the reason for registering the bill at the Parliament Secretariat. The bill proposes new provisions for ranking system, residential facilities, vehicle facilities, special financial support, and health insurance, among others. Meanwhile, no changes in staff's salary and allowances, employees' provident fund, insurances, health expenses coverage, missing officials' pension, and gratuity and security have been made compared to previous clauses. It's now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Here's the question. What do you think of the first 6-year term of the National Assembly? Your options are A, shadow of House of Representatives, B, a platform for leader management, and C, members did not understand the gravity of the House. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And it's time now for the international updates. The U.S. Supreme Court handed Donald Trump a major victory yesterday, reversing Colorado's exclusion of him from its ballot under a provision of the Constitution's 14th Amendment. The justices unanimously overturned a December 19 decision by Colorado's top court to kick the former president off the Republican primary ballot after finding that the 14th Amendment disqualified him from again holding public office for supporting the January 6, 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol. Trump was barred from the ballot in Maine and Illinois based on the 14th Amendment too. However, the justices determined that only Congress can enforce the constitutional provision against federal office holders and candidates. But 4 of the 9 justices, including the court's 3 liberal members, faulted the rest of the court for announcing rules limiting how the provision may be enforced in the future. This could give federal prosecutors an opening to pursue the matter further on the federal level, although there has been no immediate indication they will do so. The court, whose 6-3 conservative majority includes 3 Trump appointees, acted in a speedier manner in deciding the ballot disqualification issue, benefiting him than it has in resolving the immunity question. Delays in deciding the immunity issue could help Trump by delaying his criminal trial. China's Premier Li Keqiang has presented his first work report to the unicameral parliament, the National People's Congress, an annual gathering of nearly 3,000 delegates in Beijing's cavernous Great Hall of the People in Tiananmen Square today. Premier Li has set China's growth target for the 2024 economy at around 5%, which in his words is not an easy task. The growth target is similar to last year's 5.2%, but will require stronger government stimulus for China to reach it, as the economy remains reliant on credit-driven state investments in infrastructure that have led to a mountain of municipal debt. The country is also facing a property crisis, deflation, and a stock market rout. China's economy is spluttering as it sets the inflation target at 3% and kept the unemployment rate at around 5.5%. Its economy expanded 5.2% in 2023, one of the lowest in decades. The country's military budget is also set to increase by 7.2% and be set at 1.665 trillion yuan this year. A stuttering post-COVID recovery in the past year has laid bare China's deep structural imbalances, from weak household consumption to increasingly low returns on investment, prompting calls for a new development model. Furthermore, the government report sets out China's key economic and social development goals each year. India's Railways Minister said the drivers of a train that crashed in southern India in October 29, 2023, killing 14 people, were distracted watching a cricket match on a phone. Dozens more were injured when the train collided with another train in Andhra Pradesh state.
And an official investigation on Monday.
Railways Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw said the drivers were watching India play England during the One-Day World Cup. Both of them lost their lives in the incident. Hundreds of millions of cricket fans turned in to watch the live broadcast of the match. Minister Vaishnaw said that both the loco pilot and co-pilot were distracted by the cricket match. 3 carriages of the passenger train traveling between Visakhapatnam and Palasa derailed when a second incoming train rammed into it from behind. A preliminary investigation by the railway authorities immediately after the incident found that the train had overshot a signal. An official report by the Commissioners of Railway Safety is yet to be released. Railways Minister Vaishnaw said new safety systems would be installed following the incident to detect any such distraction and make sure that the pilots and the assistant pilots are fully focused on running the train. It's time now for the sports news.
Sports news.
Host Nepal are to clash against Netherlands in the T20 Trilateral Series final today. The title decider at the Tribhuvan University Cricket Ground in Kantipur is scheduled to start at 11:30 a.m. just a while from now. Nepal are to bat first after winning the toss. Netherlands reached the final, topping the points table with 5 points from 4 matches, while Nepal booked their spot, finishing second with 4 points from 4 matches. The last group stage match of the series between Netherlands and Namibia was abandoned last Sunday due to rain, and both teams shared a point each. Nepal and Netherlands are facing each other for the 3rd time in the T20 series. In the first match between the two countries, Netherlands had edged past Nepal by a slim margin of 2 runs. In that match, Netherlands batted first and posted a challenging total of 184 runs for the loss of 4 wickets in the stipulated 20 overs. In reply, Nepal managed to score 182 runs in the allotted 20 overs, losing 8 wickets. Meanwhile, in their second match, Nepal defeated Netherlands by 6 wickets. Netherlands elected to bat first in that match and were bowled out for a paltry score of 120 runs. Chasing a victory target of 121 runs, Nepal romped home with 28 balls to spare and 6 wickets in hand. Nepal had clean swept the 3-match ODI series against Canada at home 3 weeks ago. Nepal had thumped Netherlands by 142 runs at the Tribhuvan University Cricket Ground and won the triangular T20 International Series title in April 2021. In that title decider, Netherlands chased a big victory target of 239 runs and were bowled out for 96 runs. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.